A2S is an open source operating system for the body-mind. At the core of the practice is a set of principles, procedures, and tools that allow one to explore the notion of ecological interaction in relation to oneself, to the people around, and to the environment. One of the core notions inside A2S is the notion of confluence. That is the ability to merge one's own flow into another flow, maybe another person or something that's happening in the environment, to find a way to adapt, but at the same time maintaining your intention and integrity within. We do this by practicing everything through our body, not to keep all these ideas abstract, but to find a way to implement them on the level of our everyday behavior. When we practice something with our bodies, we enable the information that we're working on to enter into ourselves on the level of subconscious reflexes, so that all the principles that we study become part of our everyday behavior and can be inscribed into reality when we come out of the training. One of the important principles of A2S is the principle of assimilation. We will show you how it works using our bodies as an example. When you receive an impulse, you may resist this impulse, or you might go with it, and this is usually what happens in life. What we try to work on is to see how we can assimilate this impulse into the body. So if he pushes me, I assimilate, I come back, I assimilate, I come back, I can assimilate and come back, and then it gives me an opportunity to respond. So when I receive an impulse and assimilate, I can respond very quickly. Assimilate, respond. Assimilate and respond. It's important to say that A2S is not just about relaxation or finding the most efficient way to do something. Sometimes it's also about finding tension, creating tension, experimenting and doing something in a way that is maybe not so efficient. In fact, it depends on the situation. Sometimes you have something where you need to put all your energy in, so that's where you would need to create tension to escalate. Sometimes the situation might require some sort of balance where you would need de-escalation tactics. So this really depends on the situation. This is why in the name of A2S we have the 8, the sign of infinity, or the wave that is going through different states. This is just to show that it's important to go through all these different states and introduce variability. So the period of growth is followed by the period of conservation, then reconfiguration, and then transformation. In practice, we apply what we do in many different contexts, starting from music, movement, in the way that we interact with each other, in the way that we program software. In fact, you could use it almost anywhere, so it doesn't have to be limited to the body. You can also apply it in any other context. And in fact, this is part of the practice. In our work, we use infranodus visualization system that allows us to see the structure of the discourse that we use when we give instructions. Then, using network analysis, we can identify points of tension confluence inside the discourse, and depending on the task we have, make it more interconnected or more diversified. This way, we apply the same principles we use in our bodies on the level of consciousness, speech, and discourse. Right now, we're working at Palais de Tokyo. The idea is to invite people into the process and to share the main principles of A2S through movement, participative action, and sound, so that everyone who comes can get introduced to what A2S is and see if there is anything interesting for them inside, which they could apply not only on the level of the body, but also in their everyday interactions, work, life, and so on. During the presentation tonight, we will invite people to take part in a short workshop so that they can learn some basic principles of movement that we have in A2S, and then try to use and apply these principles when they go on the dance floor and see how the dynamics of their interaction with people, of their partying process change based on these new movement ideas that we explore together. When people practice A2S, they report to us that they have experience of having a better sense of their own agency, of their own integrity, that they can insist on what they want more. They find different ways to do it, that they become more adaptive, that they can be and feel more in the flow with themselves, with the people, and with the environment.